Hello and welcome. In this video, we will discover the top 12 signs you're a Sigma male, the rarest male on Earth. What's a Sigma male? Oh, I came across this on some Twitter posts, but what is it? But I only knew about alpha and beta males. Is Sigma the third one? Is this a new addition to the sociosexual hierarchy? Weren't alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and omega enough? All right. Take a deep breath and sit back. We'll answer these questions and more. So let's start from the beginning, shall we? Once upon a time, don't worry, there'll be none of that. But just before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to download your free book to successfully seduce any girl by clicking on the link in the description below. The Sociosexual Hierarchy. Vox Day, an American writer, coined the term sociosexual hierarchy. All the males of society could be categorized under this hierarchy based on their character traits and their role in society. The hierarchy went something like this: alpha, beta, delta, gamma, omega. Alpha. The alpha male is the top of the hierarchy. They are known to be leaders who exude courage and confidence. When they walk into a room, they know how to own it and have everyone's attention. They like to call the shots and are not afraid to voice their thoughts. They are ambitious beings who pursue their goals and sure do know how to accomplish them. These qualities make them at the head of this hierarchy since they drive many things in their personal and professional lives. Some of the famous movie characters that best represent alpha males are Vin Diesel in XXX, Gerard Butler in 300, and Marlon Brando in The Godfather. Beta. The beta male is second in the hierarchy. They are not as confident as the alphas and need external validation at every step. This makes them people pleasers and they might also come off as likable. They struggle with their sense of personal identity and quite often wonder how their stance affects the people around them. This constant dilemma of whether what they're doing is correct or not, how the others will think of them, etc., makes them quite indecisive. The beta male is also known to be more empathetic than alpha and more understanding as well. Some of the famous film or TV characters that best represent beta males are Chandler from Friends, Alan from 2.5 Men, Ben Stiller from Meet the Parents. Delta. The delta males are the ones who get the job done. They're the perfect branch between the upper and lower rungs of the hierarchy. They usually keep to themselves, do their work, and take a lot of pride in it as well. They don't believe in striking a chord with the alpha and demand respect for what they do. The delta males are usually the workforce of any office and make the majority of the societal ecosystem. Some of the popular TV or film characters that best represent delta males are Stanley from The Office, Terry from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Phil Coulson from The Avengers. Gamma. Gamma males are usually pretty smart and intelligent. If they have an affinity towards a particular subject, they make sure they excel at it. They are great problem solvers and your go-to people if you're stuck somewhere. That IT guy you knew on the 5th level below could be a gamma. But despite these traits, they are not up in the hierarchy. This is simply because they don't have the focus and determination to reach the top. They also have a lack of affinity towards the alphas because of their position on the top. Their precision and the way they work don't bode well with others, so they don't get along well with them. Another reason why they don't get along with the others is that they are pretty comfortable with their own company and borderline detest the herd mentality. Some of the popular TV or film characters that best represent gamma males. Pretty much all those IT guys or gaming nerds you see in films are the quintessential gamma males. Omega. The last one in this hierarchy is the omega male. Omegas have a devil-may-care attitude. They are not pioneers like the alphas, and neither are they the people who follow the alphas. They have their own way of living, and people usually think they live in a world of their own. However, they're pretty skillful and know exactly what they want from their life. They don't care for the hierarchy in any way, but go about doing things that fulfill them, pretty much how they live their life. Some of the popular TV and film characters that best represent the omega males are those characters who are photographers and writers who are doing their own thing, that's them. This is the complete hierarchy with all types of males in society. However, there's one that remains. This type is technically separate from the complete hierarchy, but is a prime part of the society itself. It's the Sigma male. Sigma male. The Sigma male is equal to the alpha male but is not part of the hierarchy. And it's important to know that this is because they choose to stay out of it. The Sigma male is this new addition that people have been talking about for a few years now. However, recently a Twitter thread stirred conversations about the mysterious and enigmatic Sigma male. They are said to be the rarest kind of males in our society, in fact, on our planet. So who are they? And in case you're wondering if you are a Sigma male, don't worry, we got you. Drum roll please. Here are the top 12 signs that indicate you are a Sigma male. 1. You capture attention by not being loud. When you walk into a room, you have people's attention. It sounds a lot like alpha, but it's not. You don't have to make your presence felt by being loud and showcasing dominance. It comes by being quiet yet confident. You make people want to hear you without saying anything because you play to those curious cats. 2. You are enigmatic. You're confident in your skin and keep to yourself. In social scenarios, you're not the one to talk the most, but you have a way of making your point with just a few words. Your crisp and short articulation make you seem quite brilliant, and it makes people wonder what's behind those wise words. Perhaps a story or an event that transformed you into the person you are? Well, they'll never know. 3. You don't conform to societal norms. Non-conformation to societal norms is a trait of the Omega males as well, but what sets you apart is your way of portraying that. When you disagree with the norms and voice it out, you don't sound like rebellion or recklessness. Instead, your sophisticated and confident nature makes people want to agree with you. They see you as the man who can look at something from the outside and give an objective perspective to things. 4. You see through people. Being quiet has its advantages. Observation is the biggest one. In a room full of alphas, betas, and other types of males, you can stand alone and see through them. You understand their behavior, what drives it, and sometimes can even predict it. You know the ins and outs of every male type, not because you're telepathic, but merely because you speak less and listen more. You know people's vulnerabilities and their strengths, and this makes you almost above the alpha. Almost. 5. You are a lone wolf. While other male types are found together in groups and herds, you stand alone. You keep yourself distant from the others since forming groups is just not your style. This is simply because your thoughts and philosophies just can't fit in any group. You don't think it's superior to others, neither is it inferior, it's just not you. You ride alone and you are often compared to the lone wolf. It's like they say, men may come and men may go, but I live on forever. 6. You don't go by the if you got it, flaunt it philosophy. Flaunting is a big turnoff for you. This is one of the most important traits that sets you apart from the alphas. Your knowledge in a field might be impeccable and you're par excellence, but you don't believe in displaying them all the time. Quite the contrary, you keep it with you safe and only show them to the world when it is absolutely necessary. 7. You have your own principles. For someone who doesn't conform to societal norms, you don't abide by their morals and principles either. You see them for what they are and their flaws. You know there's hypocrisy and irony written all over them, so you play by your own rules, rules that you deem fit. You don't always stick to them either. When you come across something that is right but contradicts your rule, you form a new one to make it better. You're what people call a man of flexible morality. 8. You're quite straightforward and even blunt sometimes. You see, call it as you see it. There's no beating around the bush with you, and you have a high intolerance for nonsense. This makes conversations with you difficult for delusional people and living in denial, but you couldn't care any lesser. However, sometimes though you might come across someone who is actually correct, but you being you bluntly put them off. The realization comes later though, and sometimes it's a little too late. 9. You hide your wounds and scars. You know the society enough, and you know what happens to the people who are too trusting, so vulnerability is never an option for you. When someone tries to dig to understand who you are, you almost immediately push them away, but that makes it even harder for them to let go. You don't want to give anyone the slightest chance to know you because you know deep down you are scared that they might hurt. In fact, you've made up your mind that they will. 10. People trust you when they see you for who you are. Well, no matter how high the walls, sometimes people just end up seeing through you as well. And when they do, they know you for who you are. This makes them believe in you and even trust you. It's a rare phenomenon just like you, but it does happen sometimes. And when this happens, you know it's a sign to keep them close. After all, even a lone ranger can sometimes use some company. A no-nonsense one, that is. So here's a suggestion. We know that you don't take many, but this one might help. Keep these kind of people close. They'll surprise even you with what they bring to your life. 11. You don't plan, but are spontaneous. Living in the moment is what you do. It makes you feel alive and makes you not want to plan anything at all. You think planning takes away the adventure aspect out of anything. Just as mysterious as you are, you want certain things to be a mystery to you as well, so that you derive the joy of unraveling them. Sometimes people mistake you for a vagabond, but you know you're more than that. The satisfaction you get when you uncover and discover new things is unparalleled. It's a joy that just can't be matched by anything else in the world. 12. You can be an alpha if you want. You already saw this coming, didn't you? Well, you don't need to be reminded of this, but you can be an alpha any day you want, and you choose not to. Simply because the things that drive an alpha just don't do anything for you. Attention is something you don't want. Acceptance from people is something you don't want either. Take many more aspects of the alpha, and you wouldn't have any of it. The joy an alpha gets out of assuming dominance over everyone doesn't make you feel anything. You know it's a trivial thing in the bigger scheme of things. What drives you is your own space and freedom to do what you want without caring about anyone else. This is one thing that the alpha just can't do. They put themselves into positions where they are restrained, making you see the pointlessness of it all. Conclusion. Well, these are traits that define a Sigma male. At least, these are what we came to know for now, considering they just don't let anyone in. If you've got these signs and you agree, then you're not a Sigma male. That was a trick question. You're only a Sigma male if you don't react to any of these and move on to our next video just like you don't care at all, but we see you. And don't worry, your secret is safe with us. I guess you can only listen to someone for this long, so we'll bid farewell and see you another day. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel. You're also free to receive the new book, 9 Keys to Seduce Any Girl, by clicking on the link in the description below.